So we are here for the Thursday, August 20th, 2026 NCAA1 soccer scores. So we have Delaware. The home team is on the bottom. The away team is on top, as you can see. And all of these amazing matchups throughout the day. On the 20th. There's so many of them. So let's take a look at all of these matchups throughout the day in women's college soccer. The NCAA Division 1 level. So Delaware 3-1 over VCU. Niagara 2-0 Raymond. North Syracuse. Road 5-0 over non-division Emory and Henry. Central Michigan 3-2 or Charleston Southern. Cornell 3-2 or St. Bonaventure goes wins, ties, draws in the middle. Whatever you want to call it, and the losses on the end. Cornell 3-2 or St. Bonaventure. Though Ivy League starts a little later than the rest of teams in sports. A week or two after. In football, I know they're FCS football, I know they're like a few weeks after. And then in like volleyball, they're a little bit after and stuff like that. Most of the sports are a little bit after, though. Or right away. And then we have, because they're all focused on like academics and stuff with the sports, but they do have sports and other extracurriculars, but they're not like more pushing towards the classroom, but it's like extra stuff for fun, It's not as maybe more into like the sports or more games played in other schools, Usually on the lower end of all the teams. We have American University 1 all Richmond. Army 3-2 over William Mary. No, series. Debate 1-0 over South Dakota. Colgate 1-0 Rivers. High Point 4-0 Marshall. Massachusetts 1-0 over NJT. North Province 7-1. St. John's 2-1 over Townsend. UMBC beats non-division 1 Vermont State 5-3. Number 13 Virginia 7-0 over South. Apollo 2-1 over Denver. Clearwater 2-1 over Texas 7. Then 1-0 over Illinois State win over Illinois. And State 4-0 more short. Pittsburgh 2-1 over Maryland. 1-0 over Iowa. Texas State 1-0 over Kansas. Number 11 Wake Forest 2-0 over Iowa. Cena 1-0 over Louis. St. Louis 1-0 over Missouri. Western Carolina State scores tie. I want 2 over Chandler. They're on 2-1 over Minnesota. Duke number 2 Duke 4-0 over Florida National. Drake 2-0 over OSC. East Tennessee 1-0 over West Georgia. Fairfield 5-2 over Boston University. Sabre 2-1 over Harvard. Jordan Mason 1-0 over Penn State. Race and Houston Christian Taiwan. Kansas State 3-0 Missouri State. Boise SMU scores tie. Brand 1-0 over California. Sacramento State 3-2 over Davidson. Akron 2-1 over Southern Indiana. Wright State 5-1 over non-division 1 IU Pennsylvania. UNC Wilmington 2-1 over Old Dominion. Stampede 3-0. And went in perfect. Weber State 2-1 over Army. Kent State 1-1 Nixon tied at 1. Duquesne 3-0 over Cleveland State. Again, Cleveland State there still defeat record of 0-3. Brown 4-0 Maven. Kentucky 5-0 Reading. 2-1 Traverse. Evansville 2-0 Southeast Virginia. Campbell and Eastern scores time. Number 3 Florida State 3-0 Florida. Number 25 Georgia at the first of the season. 6-0 James. Illinois 2-1 over Cincinnati. Arizona 2-1 over Gonzaga. Indiana State 2-0 over Division Xavier the Woods. Miami 3-0 over Lark. Maryland 2-1 over Ferguson. Maine 3-1 over Mercer. Miami Ohio 2-1 over Martin State. Air Force 4-0 over Navy. They are to win the Air Force, Army, Navy. Air Force is playing Army, Navy. And then Army's playing Navy and Conference playing that counts. They'll decide who win. Usually Conference playing that decides like they're a little bad competition they're going on. So I like that, I wish they did that in all sports, like every sport, not just like football. I wish they did like every sport. They typically don't, but every sport these schools have those too. Minnesota 2-1 over North Dakota State. Northern Kentucky 8-0 over Mount St. Joseph. Non-division Mount St. Joseph. Bowling 1-0 over Oakland. Princeton 3-0 over Maryland. Northeastern. Ryan scores. Purdue 7-0 over Chicago State. South Carolina 1-0 over number 24 Clemson. Elon 6-0 over South Carolina State. Temple 3-0 over Illinois University. Number 1 Stanford 2-0 over Georgia. Number 14 Georgia. Number 16, Tennessee 4-0 over Milwaukee. Number 22, West Virginia 2-0 Penn. Number 23, Penn State. Liberty, West Virginia 2-0 tie. Yale 2-0 over Auburn 3-0 Saturday. Winthrop 1-0 VMI. VMI does not have a lot of women's sports, but there's one other women's sports. Number 7, North Carolina 2-0 Arkansas. It's you're going to be like 4-0 for Prep Union. Rutgers, UConn scores. And they only have like VMI in the set. Oh, no, they don't have women's basketball. VMI doesn't have women's volleyball. There's some popular schools like Oklahoma State that don't have women's volleyball. Like 20 of them don't. Like they only have women's basketball. That's it. So they used to, but they dropped it. Wow. Even that is surprising. Women's volleyball is so surprising that like 20 schools in Division 1 level don't even have it. It goes to, like, women's soccer. And then we're 3-2 or 15-2. It's more popular than men's soccer, We do. But plus, a lot of people, they have football. And so they have to have equal number of roster spots. They have, like, football, like, women's soccer as well. You get a lot of roster spots. 2-0 for another per medium. Score State 1-0 having Christian. UConn 2 draws and still their scores with Curtis draw. Number 18, Alabama said 3-2 and 15-2. State Butler 1-0. Columbus 1-0 over Charleston. Houston 5-0 over Western State. Louisiana East 6-3. Jackson scores tie. Mar 1-0 over Louisiana. Nice shuts out Jackson State 2-0. UCF 2-1 on the road over at 2-1 on the road at LSU. North Texas 1-0 Louisiana. Corn State 7-4 Nichols in a high scoring game. West State 2-0 over Oklahoma. 2-0 over West State. Syracuse 1-0 over Western. Samford 1-0 Georgia State. St. Mary's 3-0 UCS. Southeast Georgia 1-0 Troy. SAU 3-0 Western. Florida, of course, 4-0 Southern. South Carolina State 3-0 Washington State. Tulsa 4-1 State Western. Tip 1-0 Tourism State. Tennessee 2-1 scores. Both perfect season. Both not perfect seasons, but they both got undefeated seasons. 2-1 and 2 draws. Tennessee 2 wins in the draw. 2 wins in the draw. Tennessee took 1-0 Rapper. Praise 4-0 Western. UV Western took you 1-0. Okay. 4-0 West State. Notre Dame, Nebraska 1-0. Notre Dame still has unlimited and still undefeated in this season. But they are not perfect undefeated. 3 draws. UTSA 2-0 over Coral College. San Diego 2-1 over Illinois. Florida 3-2 over Costa Rica. University of Chicago 3-2 over Costa Rica. San Francisco 1-0. New Mexico 2-0 over Arizona. Utah Tech 3-1 over Westminster Utah and Division 1 team. Tennessee 2-0 over Portland. Tennessee 1-0 over Ohio State. Texas State, Arizona State. Texas and Arizona State Taiwan. Long Beach State 5-0 over Fresno State. Florida Baptist 2-0 over Portland State. Western Michigan 3-1 over Hawaii. They traveled all the way Hawaii and got the W. Got traveled to like a really warm place. And really like Hawaii, it's like even if you're just there to like play a game, it's like wow, you might have got to spend all the time at the beach, we do a little exploring on maybe, but even if it's very quickly and it's awesome, that's like, well, that's pretty cool. But and go out and get a win too. Wow, it's even better yet. Ranking 2-0 Buffalo. CLU 4-0 Arlington. Oregon St. Clair's Taiwan. They've had 2-1 over Pacific. Number 20 UCLA 2-0 over San Diego. And then UC San Barbara 1-0 over San Jose State. Alabama A&M and West Florida. Kansas that game. West Florida was supposed to host Division 2. West Florida was supposed to host Division 1. Alabama A&M. Didn't happen. Probably Alabama A&M a game in Florida. Or something like that. So then Arizona State, Mississippi State, Kansas, and then Hanford postponed either due to weather, and they're gonna see if they can make it up, or maybe some travel issues, and they're trying to make it up, or they just postpone. Maybe they'll really make it up. We'll see.